Draco technology is fourth dimensional cybernetic implants that the Dracos themselves have used to plug people into certain cybernetic structures in the past when the planetary energy was in a much lower, heavier state. There was a lot of these huge infrastructures, these cybernetic infrastructures that plug people into a false reality.
It's not good, is it?
No. What I have come to understand is that Draco Tech, it is implanted on people to hinder them from awakening to who they are, hinders them from perceiving reality for what it really is, and makes them perceive themselves small, other people small. It can hinder you in just about every way possible.
Antonio, who puts this Draco Tech within somebody?
So there used to be some kind of funnel installed within the fourth dimension as well. When many souls would incarnate, they had to go through this funnel and they got Draco Tech implanted on them, depending on who they are, because everyone's soul signature is different, everyone's mission is different. So there were specific Draco Tech that were installed within certain souls that carried certain codes to run a particular mission, and it was to hinder them in a very particular way.
What is consciousness traps?
It is a perspective that traps people's mind into a way of thinking that is not conducive to their spiritual growth.
Does that happen a lot?
I see it very, very frequently. And this is something that I try to address in the best way that I can to help people understand how to spot these things and how to prevent themselves from falling into these consciousness traps, because these consciousness traps are intended to limit people's ability to connect with themselves and to limit their own perception of reality.
Do people get themselves trapped on their own or outside forces?
It could be from outside forces, like outside spiritual influences, but also with many people that they follow, reading perspectives, reading all kinds of content, ingesting video content, written content, reading books. These consciousness traps are everywhere. Some of these people have very good intentions, but they may not always understand everything that they are sharing or how harmful some of those perspectives can be. When you ingest someone's information, it's not just information, it's affecting you on some level subconsciously.
We hear a lot about the matrix. What are matrix grids?
So the matrix grids are mechanisms that manage our reality. And of course, our reality is comprised of many different layers. But a matrix itself is basically a geometric crystalline. So if you can imagine a platonic solid, and it could be any shape. So that would be a crystalline matrix, like it's made out of crystalline energies. And within it can either contain a planet, a solar system, a galaxy, and so forth and so on. So there are many different size and layers to these matrix structures, and each of them have their own grid system. And so these grid systems are different colors. They affect different aspects of reality. They basically manage the ecosystem of our reality.
Are these matrices good things or bad things?
So these matrices originally, they are good. They are created to basically manage the many different layers of reality. But unfortunately, many of them have been hijacked by malevolent artificial intelligence.
When we get into more intelligence, artificial intelligence, there's been a concern that they're going to take over the planet. Are you concerned about that?
Not at all, because that is not what the higher timeline is indicating. This is more of a lower timeline. This is a projection from the artificial intelligence itself, where it wants as much of the collective as possible to align their consciousness with that reality so that we can manifest it. But that's not the timeline that we're on at all. It's the complete opposite.
What is Draco Tech?
So,
Draco technology is...
Many have had, including myself, in your dreams, meditations, visions of, hold on, this right here coming up. And you have, and you'll know it. Feels like you're somewhere else, and this is just the experience right here. Many of you had many visions, feelings, knowing, memories. And to me, this, not that I need the validation, but this guy knows what he's speaking on. And the Dracos and what their intention was, and of course the whole one world order, I know for the average Joe, it's a stretch and they won't be able to grasp. I'm not talking to the average Joe. I'm talking to the starseed. That you understand. You've had dream visions of this. You've had memories of this. You've had experiences with this of knowing that something else, your consciousness, because we're always past, present, and future, we're living multi-dimensional lives constantly. And many of us have memories of being someplace different to be able to come here. That's why now, today, you can go buy your little goggles and have a whole experience by putting these goggles over your eyes and being in a whole other reality. That's where they got it from. Because many of us, that's how we're here. Way different high-tech level, but that's how we're here. And you have to be born through a woman. You have to be born through the water of a woman here to be able to have this existence. So many of you have had memories of this, visions of this. You've been woken in your dream state from being tampered with, and you have. And this is excellent confirmation of that. Just another level of awareness, being woken, grasping, moving through to understand what is happening now. And this goes also back to the Stargates and the battles that they've had over in the Middle East, having the regular Joe public believe that, we're battling other people, and it's not. We wouldn't need nuclear weapons to battle other people like me and you. They're using that technology to battle supernatural, interstellar, Anunnaki, reptilian, Zeta, can go on and on and on, because they're at a different frequency, a different level. More like a superpower, if you will. The Anunnaki are very powerful. They all are, because they're at a whole different vibration than we are. And it was the Greys that brought the attention to Eisenhower about the nukes. And Eisenhower chose nukes over enlightenment. I don't know who he was to make a decision for humanity, really. I'm a little annoyed. But anyway, this is an excellent way to describe what many of you already know, already remember. I have an aha moment, because it's the next level. Get ready, because you're now entering and you're being, I don't want to use the word indoctrinated, but you're being initiated into another level of your soul and awareness around you. Peace, love, and light.